Welcome back to CPAC Day 2 here in Maryland. We are here with Diane Jackson, 2024 candidate for Georgia House of Representatives in District 42. Diane, how are you doing? How are you enjoying CPAC so far?
It's great. It's been wonderful to meet so many people, and there are so many great speakers here. It's been phenomenal.
Absolutely. And you know, my home state is Georgia, and I hold it very close to my heart. I know you are running for the House of Representatives in the 42nd District. You ran in 2024, and plans of running in 2026, I believe. Yes. Well, tell us a little bit about your story. You ran in 2024, and you were telling me earlier that you ran against a Democratic Socialist, and his name was Gabrielle Sanchez, I believe.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this was I'm a first-time candidate. I was a first-time candidate. However, I'm a communications specialist, so I really knew a lot about what it takes to run a campaign. So that, first of all, helped a lot. But when I found out, that a Democratic Socialist of America was running on the Democratic ticket, I had to take action. I just had to step up and get involved.
Yes, and on a grassroots level specifically, too. You know, Georgia turned blue in the 2020 election specifically, and did that kind of give you some action to step forth, as well as the Democratic Socialists running in your district?
Exactly. Plus, in my particular district, they had not had a Republican run in two two-year terms. So this term, it's like I'm at least going to make them run for it and know that that the Republicans have some representation.
Yes, keeping Georgia red is what we like to say. Cobb County, specifically right next to Fulton County, if you remember. Many things happening there with Fani Willis during the last election cycle, and even with Brian Kemp, a lot of voter suppression happening as well with President Trump in the 2020 election. So keeping Georgia red is a priority, and we really wanted to have you on for that reason.
Thank you.
Yes, and so you talked about, too, with me that there was a 10-point, you were able to gain a 10-point percentage, in this past election, but you actually need 13 in the next to win against this Democratic
So in other
Socialist.
words, we're halfway there, and we only had a very low budget, less than 25% of his budget, and so now I also only had 5 months, so now I have 2 years, and we are going to win, and we are going to get the socialists out, because the Atlanta Braves Stadium that is there in this district. It's a very extremely important district, and so is the Air Force Base. Dobbins Air Force Base. So we have to get it back.
Yes, absolutely. And we saw this even in 2020 when Stacey Abrams was running for governor. She took a lot of the economic opportunity away when she was able to get the pro baseball game out of the Battery as well, and it hurt the economy in the area.
Absolutely.
And so Democrats doing a lot of damage to the Smyrna area specifically as well.
Absolutely.
I also want to talk to you about Gabrielle Sanchez. You told me earlier as well that he was wanting to increase minimum wage to $20.
$20 an hour. His very first week in office, which was just about 3 weeks ago, he supported a bill that would make $20 an hour minimum wage for all of Georgia. And that sounds great for California, but not for Georgia.
Absolutely. And, you know, we love having you on. We want to support the candidates.
Thank you.
The midterm elections coming up in 2026, that is the priority. And we were talking earlier as well. We're still on defense, not offense. Even though we won the presidential eletion, we need to keep Georgia blue. I mean, Georgia red, excuse me.
Yes.
Keep the blue
especially
out.
With these lower level races like the state and the local elections. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's where the change happens at the local level. We see this with education.
Exactly.
We see this with the economies, and I think President
housing,
Trump also supports much of that. Yes, absolutely. Well, Diane, where can they find you?
Well, it's so easy to find me. My last name, Jackson, the number 4ga.com. That's my website. And you'll see a lot of things, including this show will be on there, and a lot of other information, and including information from my opponent, the socialist, who says I am a socialist. So it's not me saying it, it's him saying it.
Yes, well, we will get Gabrielle Sanchez out in 2026, and
we
will hopefully see you then. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We're going to send it back now.
Thanks.